I want to talk about mechanics first. So I will grab my 54. You guys can come over here a little closer. And for those of you that have been in class before, we've talked about kind of the basics of the sand trap as being, okay, the ball is there, right? We know we're not taking our normal setup. In our normal setup, we normally would have our body line and our club line match each other like train tracks. When we're working on the driving range, everything is square to the target, one line there, the body matches that, okay? But here, we don't want to do that. Here, we're going to have the club face a little bit open. You see right now it's pointing that way. But if I turn my body out this way, now those grooves are a little more at the target, okay? So the whole idea is that now we have this target line, but our body line is open to that now, okay? So instead of here, we're a little bit here. Another thing that we'll do that's different than our setup is we will sit. We don't need any body here, okay? So we're sitting. In classes in the past, Mrs. Adams, Mrs. Wildy, I talked about making a circle around the ball and having the clear out the sand and that golf ball. So we're trying to enter on the back end of that circle, have our club go underneath the sand and push that sand and that ball out of the trap and towards the target. That's the basics behind it, okay? So let's try it that way. Stance will be open, club face is open, so it sort of matches that target line. Squatting, and I'm gonna go kind of up, down, right on that back line. 1, 2. It didn't go out, okay? Now, did I do it right? What do you guys think? I did it right, and this is what happens to a lot of us. But I took a lot of sand, and I didn't accelerate for the amount of sand that I took, okay? So I'm gonna try that same way, try to hit it just like I did, heavy, but try to add more speed to it, okay? So if we go heavy, we can be more aggressive typically, okay? And I didn't plan that. I thought it was gonna get out. But just like Alex said earlier, we're both rusty with this stuff and we gotta practice it. So we'll go wide again. I'm gonna try to enter in the same place with more speed, okay? So a little more speed, and that time you see the club head even got a little higher. That's how I would always talk about traditionally, doing a sand shot, okay? That open stance is good, club face at the target, and a lot of times I like you to hit the sand and don't stop low, but try to feel like your club head accelerates through and gets through, okay? I still believe that's a good way to start, and we're gonna experiment with that a little bit. But you also might have noticed where my circle was. This would have been like the middle of that circle right there, right? So I down there, the ball was there, and the sand went right underneath that ball. So one of the things that we're gonna do over there to practice our entry point, we're gonna make a line in the sand. Draw a line in the sand, Mrs. Adams, right? We're gonna draw a line in the sand, and then what we're gonna do is practicing, seeing if we can enter behind that line and clear out the entire line. If we can do that, I know if the ball is right there, it will get out, okay? Other times I may have you practicing entering right on top of that line, but I've had more success with you kind of imagining that that line is where the ball is, and we're trying to enter behind it and clear it out, okay? Now, for those of you that are like, oh, coach, I hate to accelerate, that feels weird. Well, we have some things that you can do as well. We can try to take less sand. All of this stuff takes practice. In a lot of the clubs, we're going to talk about this a little bit more, your sand wedge should have a little roundness to the bottom called bounce. That helps get underneath that sand, especially if you don't have one that's in a set like Mrs. Irvin. The more traditional ones, we have our Cleveland wedges and even some Smart Sole wedges that are a little larger that help you cut through that sand as well.